Hi everybody, welcome back to Carnation Crafts TV. I'm Laura, we have Cat next door. This is our third show of the day and we are looking at our brand new collection, Joys of Summer. Now this collection has been so popular, we're already at almost 75% of the stock of this has gone. And when you look through this collection, I think you can see why it has been so popular. It covers so many different occasions. We've got our card shape to start off with. So you can see our card shape at the top here, and you can see when we go through the samples, there are so many different ways that you can actually put this together. Somebody did email in the last show asking what's the right way of actually putting it together, but when we go through the samples you'll see the design team have done them in so many different ways. I wouldn't say there's a right or wrong way of actually placing the card together. Then we've got our sentiments in here as well, so you've got a nice size, a nice variety of your 4 different sentiments there. So you've got another year more wonderful, sent with a smile, with quiet thoughts, and your day, your way. So lovely sentiments in there, and you have the mats for those as well. Then we've got our sunshine friends, so we've got our characters there to build into our scenes. You've got your countryside features here as well to build those scenes up. Then we've got our bloomed in sunlight, which has been extremely popular on its own, and that die individually has sold out. So the only way that you can get that die now is in the full collection. We have got, you've got your Forever Young in there as well. You've got your dart, your golf ball in there. You've got just for rewards, you've got lawn maintenance and measure twice down the bottom here as well. It's such a big bundle, but we will go through some of the samples to show you some more. Before we do that though, I am going to jump in here and show you our card shapes. We've got our stage reveal card shape, which is such, I'm going to flip it around so you can see, because it is such a big card shape, and again so many different ways you can actually pop this one together. Really detailed. I love that you've got all of the mats there as individual dies. So one run through your die cutting machine and you have all of those there ready to go. And then just on the end here you can see we do have our Joys of Summer perfect papers as well, and you can see how they come together with the artwork. You can see how all of the colorways have been brought in from the artwork, then they are going to just match in perfectly with them. But I am going to run through the board so you can see exactly what you get in there. So we've got our suspended frame card shape to start off with. Now this you can use in multiple ways, because you can see you can use this on its own as a card front. You can use the mat on its own. It is such a pretty design, and you know, using them in different colorways as well looks completely different. Equally with that oval as well, use it as a card base, mix and match these up. You've got the mats there as well to even fill that element in too. But this little die here does all of the hard work for you, and that is what gives you that mechanism to be able to pop it out. That little notch there is what goes in on the score line in the center of your card, and then these cut in where those tabs go, and that gives you that pop out with the oval. But I will show you some on the samples when we go through them in a minute. And then we've got bloomed in sunlight. I love this. This is such a pretty one. The composition of the flowers are going to work with any type of shape or card shape that you put these with. You can add these up, make them into a wreath. They're going to fit perfectly in corners on their own. They just work so well. And the colours in here, even though they really stand out to me, they're not too bright. So I know I can mix these in with other collections and other colorways as well, because those colors are going to work with other ones. Now you don't only just get those, you also get decoupage to go with it. But for me, you will use these completely on their own. That is such a lovely set. Even though this is one, I'm still in the same die, that you will use on its own. You could build these into that countryside scene, pop these behind the rocks, behind the trees, behind the characters, and they're going to work so well on their own. Then we've got perfect flight. So you've got your darts there and you've got your golf. That's such a detail on there, like the little cut lines that you've got in there, really, really detailed, great for, you know, anybody, you know, men, women that love to play darts, love to play golf, is going to be absolutely perfect. Then you've got your measure twice, you've got your drill and your tape measure in there. Again, look how detailed they are. And when you see these with the sentiments, they really do come to life with them. Then you've got Just Rewards, you've got your pint there with your can. So really lovely one to mix in and have some fun with these. And then Forever Young, again, such a fun one. You've got your sunscreen in there. So even though it's the same die, you do get two different bits of artwork for this. You've got your sunscreen and you've got your anti-aging cream as well. So you've got the two of them to mix in. Then you've got your lawn maintenance, you've got your lawnmower, you've got the fork there. And I love just that little hat that's just been placed on there. So it looks as if that's actually stood up in the ground and you've got your hat there just hanging on the handle. And then we've got Sunshine Friends. So you've got your fox sitting there, look, you can see he's just sat in the garden with the sun on him, enjoying reading a book. You've got your squirrel and you've got the rabbit there. Now he's holding like a tray, so you could put the gift on there, you could put the drinks on there, you could put the bag on there, and his little hands are out as well. So he could be, you can cut the glasses, so he could be holding, so he could be walking in holding two drinks, he could be holding the bag, he could be holding the fork from the lawn maintenance. So you can add in different ones on to him, and you've got the blanket there to pop on the bottom. Then you've got your countryside features. So again, for your scene building elements, these are just perfect. You can easily place any of those characters. He could be sat there on the log, he could be sat on the bench, he could be sat next to the wall, you know, he could be sat next to it. They just work so well. They're perfect sizing as well, so you could add those into there. And then we have our sentiments. So you've got, you know, another year more wonderful with quiet thoughts, your day, your way, and sent with a smile. So you've got all of those sentiments. You've got the match there as well, so you can really bring them to the front of your projects. So that is everything in the Joys of Summer collection. So a really, really big collection. You can see it on the screen for you now. You can scan the QR code. You can type in 250801. You can type in Joys of Summer, and that's going to take you straight to the collection. It's on a show price of $1399. That does go back up on Friday. On Friday, that's going to go back up to full price, and obviously you are in your free P&P bracket with that, so take advantage of your free P&P. Now this is the stage reveal card shape. I'm just going to flip it around so you can see. So this is going to be the base of your card, and like I've said, I'm going to show you some of the samples because we didn't go through that many of the samples from this card because the design team have used them in so many different ways, and I wouldn't say there's a right or wrong way of using either of the card shapes that we have on this show. You can mix and match them, you can use parts individually, and they just look absolutely amazing. So I am going to go through some of that. You can see you've got the QR code there. This is item number 250812. So if you want to go on there, and this is also on that show price for you. Now I'm just going to jump over here so we can look at some of the design team samples because they have done such an amazing job on these. Let me just move this one and then we can pop these here. So you can see they're bringing in your floral and really building up that scene. It just looks so pretty. And then Fiona did that one. Oh, I've got another one here so you can see again. And have you spotted the sentiments that you can see there? So those sentiments are a download. So you can download those while you are downloading the artwork. And you've got those to print off. I have got some of them here, so we'll go through them, but they bring another lease of life to me to the artwork itself. So you can see this one. Now Fiona's done this one, and you can see again using the outside, so that rectangle from the card shape as the actual card, and then cut out with Elevate, and those waist pieces have been left in. So can you see all that detail in the florals have actually been left in? If I tip it forward, you can see what essentially you'd poke out, you've just left in there, look, with Elevate. But how pretty does that look? And I love the fact that from one collection you've gone from a pint and some darts to that, which could easily be a wedding card or an engagement card. It just looks so pretty, but it's from the same collection. Now the front of this, the card I just showed you, you can see here, and then if you use it, this is what you'll be able to create.